So how do you build it? So there's been a tremendous amount of research about confidence and how you build it. I know we all want more of it, but how do you build it? So all of the research points to this, something called the confidence competency loop. And I'm going to show it to you in just a second. The confidence competency loop. Anybody want to take a guess at what that means? Don't worry, there's no stupid answers. Go for it.
Preparation.
Yep, preparation. Good. Anybody else? Shout it out.
Practice.
Practice. What else? Yes?
Consistency.
Consistency. Anyone else?
Failure.
Excellent. She said failure. See, because what happens in life is that when you try something new, imposter syndrome, right? So let's build on the imposter syndrome. You try something new, and all of you, this is a new chapter. When I see that kind of witchery voodoo stuff happen and I walk into a hotel and I get a sign like that, it's like for all of us. When you try something new, because I want you to step into that imposter syndrome. I want you to embrace it. It's a good thing. When you try something new, you're going to be terrified. You're going to be nervous. That's normal. You're either going to succeed or you'll survive. Because even if you fail, you're all still sitting here, so you're not dead. So whatever it is that you've gone through, you've survived it. And just like I told you that, look, I had a talk show deal 7 years ago that basically went, what's that sound effect? I can't do it. I'm going to learn how to roll my R's today. I learned something from that. And we cognitively know this, and see, this is the challenge with these kind of topics. They're heady. We know these things, but how do you get this in your bones? You've had a million people, try until you fail. Oh, failure's a good thing. We all say it. It's all over my Instagram feed. It's like, you got to see it, but how do you get it in your bones? Well, you understand that when you succeed or survive, you learn something, right? And then when you learn something, you're building a skill. This is just like, remember how in the very beginning of the course, I said, I'm going to teach you how to run you as the equipment. When you first picked up a camera, it was overwhelming. You probably shot some really horrible photos. When you first used Photoshop, when you first did any kind of editing, when you shot your first video, terrible. When I look at the stuff that I did just, last year, horrible compared to what we're doing now. Mortifying that 10 million people have seen that TED Talk. Seriously, because it's not what I would consider to be my good work, not anymore, because I've built so much more competency, right? So when you build skills, you gain competency. And what's interesting is the more that you master something, whether it's cold calling, or it's a selling process, or it's negotiating and walking away from deals where they won't pay you $4,000, the more that you gain competency, the lower your anxiety drops, the more your nerves drop, the more your doubt drops because you're learning it. And so what ends up happening when you have competency is now you've got confidence. Pretty cool, right? So we talk about this stuff, but understanding that this is the only way to build it. You can't think your way to it. And I know a lot of us in the personal development space talk a lot about mindset, and we're going to get into that. But it doesn't start with mindset. And this is what I want to pound into your brains. Yes, thinking positive helps a lot. But confidence and self-doubt, breaking the cycle starts with action. That's what it starts with. You cannot positively think your way through the kind of emotional angst that Hector's putting himself through. Not going to work. But if he sees himself acting differently, he's going to change. That's why this is my definition for confidence. It's the decision to try. You just saw in that model, when you try, you succeed or survive. You then learn something. As you learn something, you build skills. As you build skills, you gain competency. And that's what gives you confidence. It all begins with the willingness to try. That's where it begins. And so if I can teach you to do anything, it's to understand that. It's to understand that in those moments where the emotions rise up, the feelings rise up, you feel yourself shrinking, that you know you have a choice. And confidence comes to those people that decide to try in that moment. Because you always have a choice about what you're going to do.